I think your Majesty is about to meet with some surprises.
A poisonous insect.
But he's so masterful and ruthless. Did he really murder Lady Spangle's eyes?
I didn't say he murdered her. She just disappeared.
Where? In here?
Ah, Prince Paul.
You're here before me. I'm sorry. I had to borrow a car. It's a nuisance not having one of your own.
It's a pity your ancestors hadn't foreseen a time in which royalty might actually have to work for a living.
Hasn't anyone received you?
Yes, Bunin was here. It's when I meet a man like that I realize why the revolution happened.
You hate him from McCrinsky satellite, but there are plenty who made that mistake. The Benin in 1917 and the Benin today are two different men.
You think people change? How naive are you? My husband used to say, if you want to reform a man, start with his grandmother.
Well, anyways, don't quarrel with the dinner because you don't like the cook.
Run along with me, Bob. We're discussing family matters.
I'm not to see her?
No, you'd only insist on giving me your opinion, and you're never right about anything. Now go.
Does Anastasia know you are here?
I believe the lady has been notified.
Please, I beg you, don't make up your mind if you've met her.
They've gone out of the way with my back. Look at the photograph. The eagles on the wall. The servants livery.
Yes, I agree, it's overdone, but
If your Anastasia were genuine, she'd revolt against you.
do try and keep your mind open.
You're gullible, fellow. You always were.
The first time I came here, it was in no mood of eager expectancy. I was all prepared to denounce and expose. I heard about Benigna's company, thought the whole thing, a disgraceful fraud.
And then came your conversion from prosecutor to disciple.
I was on the point of leaving. I'd been shown in here, and while I was waiting, thought back to my last visit to Sremsky cellar. I kissed him all goodbye. I was going off to war, and the Emperor walked with me to the door. Behind us, everything faded into shadows, and it was there, among those shadows, that I felt they should remain. In their fairy palace, with the black eagles and the mighty ancestors looking down from the walls. But then, Anastasia came to the room. Oh, I didn't recognize her immediately. I hadn't made enough allowance for all the years, or all she had been through.
But she answered your questions, I suppose. What do you expect? Bunin has taught her lessons.
Bonin doesn't know everything.
But there are many sources to get wrong in your Berlin. Old friends, old servants, those from our royal past.
It isn't only what she knows, and it isn't the evidence of her wounds either. I've told you those. No, it's more an atmosphere she creates, a quiet assurance, a fineness that you feel is above question.
You sound as if you've fallen in love with her.
I think perhaps I have.
Oh, you're quite mad. But you're in love with this sleeping beauty.
Shouldn't I be? Don't forget, she was to have been my wife. Why, we even had a ceremony of our own devising, a child betrothal. She was 12 and I was 14. It was to have taken place on the Chinese island.
And does she recollect it all clearly?
She hasn't mentioned anything about it. It seems to be one of her blank spots.
She doesn't remember a thing like that. And you still believe in her? Preposterous.
I've spoken to the doctors. To Lessing, for one, there's no greater authority. He said some degree of amnesia would be inevitable. The head wound was a serious one. Bonin tells me sometimes the poor girl has complete lapses.
Bunin, who means nothing to him or his friends. She's simply a way of getting their hands on the millions my son deposited in foreign banks.
To find munitions that came too late.
As usual. The Tsar was like a man riding backwards on a train. He never saw anything until he was past it.
Shouldn't we too give some thought to those millions? Money means power, and one day a crisis may arise in Russia, and they'll want us back.
The Romanovs? Don't delude yourself. The ants are in power. The red ants. Someday, ants of a different power may come and take their place, but they will still be ants.
Ants may be crushed.
Oh, you think so?
Well, perhaps you're right, but the poor blood of those murdered innocents cries out for justice. Those sweet girls, that little boy.
Leave them. Leave them wrapped in the dignity of death.
Anastasia, are you feeling better today?
Yes, thank you. My cold is almost gone.
Just like that, you make the past come alive. But this is your grandmama's moment. Have confidence.
Yes. I can see why the others have believed. Especially my romantic-minded nephew.
I haven't cared whether they recognize me or not. But you, don't you know me?
Where were you born?
In Peterhof,
Child, no doubt, of Nicholas II and Alexander his Empress.
and grandchild of Maria Fyodorova.
You have taken quite a long time to come into comfort my bereavement.
I wrote you letters, but you never answered. Perhaps you never got them.
I received quite a few appeals from many resurrected Romanovs. It seems the Bolshevik firing squads were very fortunate.
I started out to try and find you. And there were many days when I did not know who I was.
Oh, but now you do. You at least have accepted yourself. How long have you been an actress?
As in your own case, Your Majesty, from earliest childhood.
Yes. To be a princess is to be an actress, but not necessarily a good one.
Perhaps I should have learned to be a better one, if the curtain hadn't fallen so early.
You are being flippant about a subject you must realize for me is a great personal sorrow.
Forgive me. I forgot for a moment you would be regarding that tragedy as more yours than mine. I am trying to keep my courage. You are making it very hard for me. I have been without love for so long.
I thought the story of your rescue included a both of the garden and fallen in love with you.
Yes, when you rescued me and took me to Romania, but he soon decided that a crazy hole was no great prize.
A rescue from the very edge of the grave. Years of lost memory and silence. Excellent material for melodrama.
Long, empty days in which the consciousness of living came only through pain. That's hardly melodrama, Grandmama.
Did I give you permission to call me that name?
I'm sorry. It slipped out. I will try to bite my tongue.
You think my answer should be to grant you that privilege? A lonely old woman should be glad to hear someone call her grandmama.
My loneliness has been as bitter as yours.
You ask me for love, for recognition, and you do it well. Your eyes are moist, your voice full of feeling. But I can only reply to you that the love you beg for belongs to one who is dead. You have managed to deck yourselves in robes of spectrum, mademoiselle, and in doing so, have managed to win the endorsement of a few poor sentimentalists, dreamers, self-deceivers. But I am none of those things. The shell that was once my heart is not so easily pierced.
So you thrust me from you? I was told you would ask me difficult questions. And you are not interested enough to ask me any.
Oh, I was going to chastise you, was I? Was that what your business associates told you?
They mean nothing to me, these men, nor the millions about which they dream.
But they told you about these women.
Yes, they told me.
And did you not say that a Romanov may be butchered, but is not to be bought? For if your blood were truly Romanov, you would not let yourself be made a cat's paw by Benita and his crew.
Tell me to whom this money should be given, and I will give it. And perhaps you will believe me.
Easily said. You cannot give the money away until you have it. And you cannot have it without first obtaining my recognition.
Yes, you are hard. You are showing me your final face. Your wounding words barbed like arrows. I remember hearing the father say that the toughest fighter the family has known since Peter the Great. That was at the time you and my mother quarreled over a necklace. Some emeralds. Part of the imperial treasure, but you wanted to keep them for your lifetime.
Where did you hear about these things? Oh, there must have been plenty who must have known about it.
You wore them with your last court dress, the red velvet one with the long train.
Where did you see my portrait? Or did someone describe it?
It's strange. I only remember the large outline and the little details.
It was the worst of our quarrels. The winter palace, my private room, the snow falling outside the double window panes. Alice had herself formally announced. Her Imperial Majesty thought she was going to honor me with a title that had already been mine for many years. I sat by the fire, with my jewel box on my knees. And after that pompous nonsense, I didn't even bother to get up. I don't know why I'm telling all this to you.
My father took the side of my mother. They even brought in the chancellor. They were all lined up against you. But you kept Biggie's jewels.
And where did you learn to call the great Catherine Figgy?
We always called her that. And sometimes we'd give the same nickname to Marie. Olga used to tease her and—
Stop! I forbid it. I forbid you to bandy those names.
They are my sisters. I may speak of them if I choose.
Imposter!
You call me that?
Yes. And I want it stopped. If you have any decency at all, I demand that you end this masquerade. I will pay you. Give you more than the blackguards.
Go away. Leave me.
I'm offering you money.
Go away, please.
You're giving up, are you?
So it wasn't enough to have suffered all that. The cellar, the asylum, the cruelty. It was also necessary that I should meet you here again like this.
You're forgetting nothing, are you?
How can anyone who has suffered so much have so little heart for suffering?
I'm sorry, mademoiselle. If your failure to win me over is such a cruel disappointment, goodbye.
Don't go.
But you just told me to.
Not yet. I will say nothing more. Nothing to try and convince you.
Then what do you want to think?
Just a moment or two longer. Let me touch your dress. Put my hand for a moment in yours. No, just a moment more. To close my eyes, hear your voice. And fancy we are on the terrace of Lavania. The smell of the sea and an echo of laughter from the tennis courts where father and Olga are playing. You called me little one. Malikia, it was your own special name for me. You used it for no one else.
Are you ill?
Oh, no, it's nothing serious.
But you have seen a doctor. A good one.
Yes, it is kind of you to ask. And I am not at all surprised that you do not recognize me. I know I have changed very much indeed.
Goodbye, mademoiselle. I must go home.
What is strange is that you have altered so little. You still seem to me as you did the day I pushed my finger in your carriage door. And you told me to try not to cry, because I was the daughter of the Tsar, and there were people there.
Goodbye, mademoiselle. I don't know how you know all these things. But please, mademoiselle, I'm an old woman. I'm not the strength.
Very well. Go if you must. We have met once again. The only two left of our family.
Goodbye, mademoiselle. I shall come back again when my mind is clear.
No. Perhaps you had better not come again. You are kind now. You have softened towards me. Later, you will get your balance. You will say, it was all acting. She was just some cheap little actress hired for money. And it's true, Grandmama. They did hire me for money. I was starving after I ran away from the asylum. I had nowhere to go. I even went down the steps to the canal. Perhaps I should not have let him stop me.
Goodbye, mademoiselle.
Goodbye, dear, dear Grandmama. I will try not to be lonely or frightened. Frightened? Why did I say that? Where have I said those words before? Oh, yes! It was on board the Standard. I had waked and found a storm raging, the big waves breaking against the hull. I cried out, Grandmama, and you came to my cabin!
Malikia! Oh, Malikia. Don't say anything. I couldn't believe it at first. You come from so far away. Oh, don't cry. Don't say anything. You are warm. You are alive. That is enough. Oh, I can stand no more for now. Can't you hear how that weird old heart of mine is beating? Let go of my dress. That is what you used to do as a child. Be sensible, Malikia. I shall go as I used to, leaving the side of your little bed. You will go tomorrow if you like, to my old palace in Finland. It is still there, and it is still mine. There was a very old man there, our lamplighter. Each evening, he goes from room to room lighting the empty lamps. And so for him, the great dark rooms are ablaze with light. The other servants think that he is childish. But perhaps that is true of all of us. For we are all lighting dead lamps to illumine the life that is gone. Goodbye, my dear Anastasia. Please, if it should not be you, don't ever tell me.
Good. Good. Not quite the Peterhof throne your princess has not abandoned.
I've done the best with what I could find.
That throne. Where did you get it?
Rented it for the night.
From whom, may I ask?
Property of the opera. I've also asked a group of resident singers from the St. Basil Choir to sing for us.
Yes, I heard them as I came in. Very effective.
Yes, there will be a stream of old Russian hymns. By the time of the presentation, they will be drowning in tears.
Russian lilies, too. The sentimentalists should be impressed.
Yes, they're to be ushered into the ballroom when they arrive and entertain them until the time of the presentation.
Now, you're in the mass of petty jealousy, so come see the arrangements you have.
I know, after you start getting his instructions. The generals and court dignitaries are seated in the front. The uniforms will make quite a show. Despite the bald heads and weak knees. Reds, light blues, yellows, and the black of the sack.
Quite a historical pageant. And it seems only yesterday it was part of one's everyday life. Have you seen this?
Where have you been?
What is it? Do you not discover? Another the veil of tax. The veil is off. They call us swindlers. They use the word. They'll pay for that. They say that our so-called royal princess is a Russian working class girl named Anya Roman. They say that she is self-deceived, not quite responsible now we imposed on her simplicity. It's that Dr. Finnefer speaking, obviously.
That lame fellow? Why didn't we deal with him the day he came here?
He'll have. He doesn't seem like a
I
type.
don't mean with money. It would have been easier to make an accident. He was hanging about outside for quite some time.
Our doubts may be raised by this article will mean nothing when waiting against the endorsement of the Empress. Possibly not. So long as you can be sure the Empress is coming.
Dr. Croker again?
He invites bad luck. The bad luck came when you allowed the prince to cart the girl off to herald. Allowed? How could I stop him? He claimed the right as her fiancé.
He said the Empress insisted on having her with them.
You don't know what may have happened. What guarantee have we that even Anna will be here tonight? One that is outstanding in the case of a woman. She's had 3 fittings on the dress she is wearing. And? Did the Empress accompany her to be spinning?
No. Worth's woman said she was alone. Yet she arrived in the Empress's car.
I call that most reassuring. How's the dress?
A dream of white and gold.
And the tiara?
It's there on the throne. I kept it for you to pass along.
Yes, it looks quite impressive.
It's paste, but good paste. You'll deceive any eye of adorer, but we have none of them among our guests.
Yes, a fortune's on the turn. You may be able to fulfill your destiny as a page of Joseph.
And you to restore your stable full of racehorses.
I shall go to America. It's the only country left with a proper respect for wealth. True Russian. Both of them. Realities never bother you for long.
Pardon, Excellency. Count Turin is about to have a word with you.
Showman. Have you seen this article? Good evening, Counselor. You are early.
I'm speaking of that paper. This article, what do you make of it?
The work of a Bolshevik agent.
General Martov phoned the newspaper office. They say they have proofs.
Of course they have proofs. Manufactured in Moscow. The pitiful thing is that a group of white Russians, whose partisan hearts are so concerned, should be so blind as not see through this attack.
As against this attack, there stands the Romanov family.
True, if they really are back in her claim.
Of course they are backing her. And now that disposed of, let me tell you something of importance. The Tsar's Swedish bankers will be here tonight. What? Oh yes, I haven't told you, have I? Councilor Kraft and Count Stromberg are coming. The heads of the Svenska Bank.
How wonderful. Yes, but what if they read this article?
Well, that's what affect them. They are most favorable as opposed towards us. I just spent an hour living in speak to the Admiral. The old Empress still carries weight in Scandinavia, and the romance of the reunited sweethearts, as the Count remarked, is a page of Hans Christian Andersen.
You must admit, sir, Prince Boudin is handling things quite well indeed.
Well, I will go back and stop General Martov from sending any more people. Oh, that reminds me, I'm having trouble with the further presentation. I don't know whether the president should be governed by rank or by the amount each one has attributed to the fund.
Is that your list? Give it to me, and I'll look it over and advise you.
Pardon, Excellency, but her Imperial Highness is here.
Here alone.
She came in through the garden entrance.
Quite right. Otherwise, she might have met some of our guests prematurely. Tell her Highness I was to speak with her.
Yes, Excellency.
And the Empress,
Her Majesty will be coming later.
I suppose the choir will start the moment she arrives.
The choir has its instructions.
Yes, of course.
Why did you come alone? I thought they were coming together.
It's just as well. This way we have a chance to find out.
You wish to speak to me?
Yes, come in, Anna. You showed good judgment in coming on ahead of the others. There are matters to discuss.
Oh,
Tonight is an important night.
The night of nights.
tonight I am to be presented to my queen.
Did you make any slips while you were heralding?
Slips?
Mistakes, blunders.
I'm afraid I can't say. I was ill, in a delirium.
So you may have said anything.
Yes, anything.
But surely nothing that could have shaken their faith in you.
I really don't know.
But the Empress is coming here to support you.
I can only repeat. I don't know.
You can't say something like that for a matter of no importance. Without her, we are lost.
Surely there would have been some indication. How was she dressed?
Tonight, as always, faultlessly.
And jewels.
No, she was wearing no jewels.
Your complacency is maddening. I don't know if you still believe you're Anastasia, but if the Empress doesn't come here tonight, you'll be alone in that idea. There's been an attack in one of the papers.
Oh, yes, I saw it. The Empress showed it to me.
She showed it to you. What did she say?
Nothing. She merely washed my face as I read it.
But what of her attitude toward you? Tell us of that.
Her Majesty has shown me great kindness. Owing to her care, I am quite well again.
Well, that is encouraging.
She's bound to come. There's her nephew's future to consider. We're getting worked up over nothing.
The prince will be here, of course,
Yes, I think you can count on the prince.
though he may not be enough. They may say it's the money he's after, and you are his means of getting it.
Yes, I can imagine many people will think that.
Now, here's the tiara. You must do everything to bolster your self-confidence, so I suggest you think of it as genuine.
Genuine. Here.
On your dressing table, you'll find the list of the most important people you'll meet tonight, with some personal details drawn against their names. I know you have a photographic memory. Now, here's the tiara. Take it. Now go.
You do not say now go to the Tsarina of Russia.
Pardon, Your Majesty.
You speak of my memory. How good is your memory, I wonder.
What do you mean?
It was a lovely autumn morning in Crosby. There was a riding contest, and Marie and I were both taking part in it. We had Irish hunters given us on our birthdays. You helped me out, and holding my hand said something too personal. I raised my right hand. Was it I? If not, how did I learn it? It was not from the books. And you, the artist, you saw two candle flames reflected in my eyes, standing in a dark church in front of the icons. And beneath the icons was a bunch of wildflowers that some poor person had placed there.
Yes, that's true.
Russian yellow lilies and some blue flowers.
Yellows, blues. Who could have told you? Did I speak of it?
Perhaps you did. You must try and remember.
Blues and yellows. But it's impossible. No one could have told her.
It is impossible. And yet, how does she know? The Empress told her, reminding her of things the real Anastasia would have repeated. Of course.
That explanation may satisfy you too, but not me.
You're a fool. It must be that. Let him have his dream.
Your argument before was that she couldn't speak Russian. Well, she can speak Russian. We all know that now.
Her Imperial Majesty.
Ah, the entire indeed. I think you better hit my spelling, Walter, and I'll leave it gone.
Your Majesty is early. May I offer that my excuse for not being at the door?
Save your apologies. A calm without power only makes disposed worlds ridiculous. And what is this? A throne?
The riches of this evening's ceremony.
And was it your idea to present Romanov in a higher throne? The one, unless I am mistaken, made of paper mache.
Go, people are going.
Yes, Excellency.
You too, Sherlock. Yes, Excellency. Must I remind Your Majesty that the reality's been out in the museum.
Oh, yes. Our actual staterooms are to be seen in London at Madame Tussauds.
I trust Her Highness will soon be able to provide herself with more suitable furnishings.
You were thinking of my son's foreign deposits? I understand you had the lady sign certain documents concerning these monies, their handling and division.
I admit the share we asked Her Highness to assign us may sound like a rather large sum. But my two associates and I have gone through a great deal of trouble.
A great deal of trouble indeed. The Indians.
Oh my!
Did you speak?
Such a lot of old friends arriving. To think they're still alive.
Only half alive. Most of them.
Countess Zelinskia, may I go and meet her?
I assume from Your Majesty's attitude that the princess has told you certain things.
She told me nothing deliberately. The night my nephew brought her to me, I sat by her side for many hours.
She was in a delirium.
Yes. A delirium whose fires were very illuminating. The monstrous shapes of nightmare. Illuminating hopes, black despairs. Wavering footsteps that led to a canal.
Now,
A canal where a poor broken creature was met by a cynical brute who bargained with her in the coinage of food and shelter.
I see. Your Majesty knows.
Everything. The whole dirty fraud.
A fraud, Your Majesty.
Yes. What else would you call it? You planned a fraud, didn't you?
Surely, Your Majesty, my friends and I made an error believing this girl's story. We can hardly be blamed. You yourself accepted her as genuine.
Just what I expected. As soon as you see that your Trotsky's been overtaken, you throw your lady passenger